Coughing up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie, you understand me. Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within, and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and never wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher.
I can't believe that I'm really doing this. Like, hi, my name is Jezeltracey. So I'm aware of how cringy that might have sounded, but we're just gonna ignore that. And welcome to my channel. This is like so surreal, honestly, because it's always been such a dream of mine to have my own channel and make my own videos and speak my voice. To be honest, I've tried it. In middle school, I tried creating a YouTube channel and I gave up. But it's always been something that was on my mind, but I just wanted to wait until I was ready. In other words, I wanted to wait until God said so. And I feel in my life I have collected a few experiences, just a few, to inspire and encourage and teach other people. My whole entire thing in this personal brand that I'm creating, and in creating this channel, is about, I want to tell people things that someone never told me. I am so excited to share my life with other people. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it and why I'm so excited to do it, it's not to flaunt myself off or to tell you, oh yeah, I'm better than you. I've been through this, I did this, so I can do this better than you. It's, I've been there before. I have felt something similar to what you're experiencing. I have made the same mistakes. I have made mistakes in general, just connecting to people on a human level. That is my biggest goal in this journey that I'm about to embark, is to relate to other people, because I'm just like you. And I think that's what people fail to realize. They put themselves on a pedestal, you know, they act all tight and mighty when they got their own skeletons in the closet. They got their own demons that they're fighting. But they show you all the happy and nice moments. And it's not bad to show the moments that you're living life and that life is blessing you. But it can become very misleading when that's the only parts that people show you. Because I can tell you right now, that's not the only parts of their life. That's probably a small percentage, because that is what life is about. It's not about being happy all of the time. I don't want to sound pessimistic or depressing, but more so to think that it's not about being happy, it's about being content. It's not about being successful, it's about your ability to overcome adversity, challenges, and difficulty. That is what it's about. The topic that I want to address in this video is deconstructing becoming that girl. The goal of becoming that girl is spoken with a message or a theme of becoming a greater version of yourself, or striving to become a higher version of yourself. But saying the word that, and especially the way that it's pushed on social media, does not help you to achieve that. When people make posts about becoming that girl, it's going to Pilates or working out 5 times a week, which is not bad. These things are not bad. Living a soft life, a whole bunch of things that you feel you need to achieve in order to love yourself or feel worthy of loving yourself. And the reason why I speak to these things is because I struggled with it myself. And becoming that girl, it didn't become a thing when social media pushed it out. It became a thing for me, at least, when I was a young girl. I struggled very badly with imposter syndrome. I lived in everyone's shadows, and I put every single person in my life on a pedestal. Because that was the way that I knew how to become better. Very toxic. But I had glorified everyone's... What's they doing? I had glorified everyone else's strengths so that I could make sure, hey, if you're not doing what they're doing, you got to catch up. Somebody else is doing it. Somebody else is doing it. And I think that that's definitely a byproduct of living in a capitalistic economy and society. But I had to detach myself from that. Just because they're doing it does not mean that you have to. It's not even a matter of whether you can or you cannot. You don't have to. And it took me a very long time to realize that I had compared myself with other people, with other things. Between social media and just my social life, my social circle, I compared myself, and I found anything that was different from other people to be a weakness. And that is where I created my weaknesses. So a byproduct of that is that I searched for external validation. I never felt confident in myself. I never trusted my judgment. I never trusted my opinion. I never trusted anything that I thought, because I always thought that someone else's opinion, process, mindset was better than mine. And I think that this also relates to the recent trend on romanticizing your life. The principle of it is not what I'm rejecting or trying to deconstruct. It's the abuse of it or the misinterpretation of it. Romanticizing your life is not always about meditating. It's not always about smelling the roses. Sometimes it's about feeding into your guilty cravings, your what do you call it? Your guilty pleasures. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes you need to remind yourself that you're not a robot, that you're not a self-improvement project, but that you are a human being. What is the cheat code? What is the process to becoming productive, to becoming the higher version of myself, to becoming that girl? And it was meeting myself where I was at. What areas do I need to strengthen within my life? Instead of what areas do I need to strengthen in comparison to someone else's life? We often examine the strengths and glorify the strengths, but what about the weaknesses? What helped me with that was everyone else is just like me. They got insecurities just the same way as me. They have a guilty conscience just the same way as me. They have their own sins. They have their own troubles and challenges. And yes, they're different. The challenges and the struggles are different. But any other person is just the same as you. Because at the end of the day, at the end of all the accolades and successes and cars and houses and money, we're all human. I'm human and you're human. We the same. What's up, twin? Like, the answer or the recipe to becoming that higher version of yourself is to becoming yourself. Loving yourself is not just about loving your existence and loving your appearance. It's about loving the ugly parts of you. That's what it's about. Loving your weaknesses, loving your difficulties, loving your differences, your difference in processes, your differences in the way you think, your differences in the way you act, your differences in the way you heal. Just because someone is healing this way or becoming successful this way or working out this way does not mean that it will work for you. And that does not mean that you will never be able to achieve that healing, that success. It's just about finding out what works for you. When people ask me, oh my gosh, like, I'm so proud of you for doing this and that, I break down the process of me doing so, and I break it down. This is how it happened. This is what I went through to get here, okay? I didn't just magically show up here all healed, and I'm not even healed yet, but I didn't show up to have this frame of thinking, I didn't come to this realization overnight. I went through a lot. I went through a lot of pain. I went through a lot of tears, confusion, frustration, comparison, to get to this moment where I can share with people and say that you can and will overcome it. And you can and will overcome it once you stop comparing yourself to other people. And it's not intentionally comparing yourself. Be mindful of that. It's not intentionally, it's subconsciously. And that's why you have to make sure you focus on the things that you listen to, the things that you watch. Because I was watching Productive Day with Me, A Day in Life every single day, that I was living my life through other people. Remember to live. Remember to live your life. And in this day and age of social media and the internet, it's so easy to live your life through a screen. But I think we have to remember that we are not robots. We are not projects. We are human beings.
Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now.